Okay, so we have our last video of chapter 16, and it's similar to our previous, except like this one, it is not equal to 0, so we have to get it equal to 0. So in order to get it equal to 0, we just need to add 2x to both sides and subtract 1. So now none of these have common like terms. They are not like terms, so we are just going to leave it at that. So 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals 0. Because those cancel out, so it equals 0. And we can't combine anything over on this side, so it equals 0. So then we factor. So we take our 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And we get negative 3, 1, 3, negative 1, which that's what equals 2. This equals negative 2. So we get 3x squared plus 3x minus x minus 1 equals 0. We split it down the middle. Here, I'll do a different color. We take out your GCF, which is 3x, so we get x plus 1. Take out a negative 1, which is x plus 1, equals 0. So I get x plus 1 and 3x minus 1. And we solve. X equals negative 1 and x equals 1/3. And we've done all of this before. Down here, but now we are adding in getting it equal to 0 first. Okay, so our next one, it's not equal to 0, so we need to actually multiply this through to both terms. So it would be y squared minus 3y equals 6y. Then we can subtract 6y from both sides. Y squared doesn't have anything. Here we can have negative 3 minus 6y would equal minus 9y, and negative 6y minus 6y equals your 0. Now the first step in factoring, remember, is finding your GCF. So I take out my y, I get y minus 9, it equals 0, so y would equal 0, and y would equal 9. Those are my two answers. So not super hard. Here we have a 4-term polynomial. When we have a 4-term polynomial, all you need to do is split it down the middle, like we've done before. So when you split it down the middle, we take out our GCF, which would be, in this case, x squared, x plus 2. We take out our GCF here, which is minus 25, which I get x plus 2, and it equals 0. So I have my x plus 2, and I have my x squared minus 25. So I'm going to set each one of those equal to 0. So x plus 2 equals 0 gives me x equals negative 2, and I get one answer. Remember what I told you before. If it's an x cubed, I'm going to have 3 answers. Okay? So here's my one answer. I need 2 more. So keep that in mind. So when I solve for this one, I have x squared minus 25 equals 0. I add 25. So I get x squared equals 25. Now, to get rid of the x squared, I'm going to square root both sides. Remember, when I square root, I get x over here, but I'm going to get a positive 5 and a negative 5. Remember, when you square root, it becomes a plus or minus. So I get 2 answers here. Remember, if you give an x squared, you're going to get 2 answers. So now I have my 1, 2, 3 solutions for my x cubed, and that's what I wanted to begin with. Now this last one, on your notes, I have the area equals to 128, okay? So in order to find the area of this shape,
Karen Gallagher, please stop.
all right, so we need to find the area. So that's, this shape is a rectangle, so we have length times width, okay? So our length, we are going to have x here and 4 here, so our total length is going to be x plus 4. And over here we just have a 4x. So if it's length times width, we have 4x times x plus 4. And your area, like I said on your sheet, is going to be 128, so it equals 128. So we're going to solve just like normal. We, just like our previous, we distribute because we got to get it equal to 0. So we have 4x squared plus 16x equals 128. So then I subtract 128, so I get 4x squared plus 16x minus 128 equals my 0. So, okay, so I need to take out my GCF, which is a 4. So if I take out a 4, I get x squared plus 4x minus 32 equals my 0. Now I need to factor that middle part. 32, I know 32, I can have 8 and negative 4, and that's going to equal my 4. So I keep my 4 out here, and I'm just going to draw an arrow to the bottom so I don't forget my 4. And then I have my x squared plus 8x minus 4x minus 32 equals my 0. I split it down the middle, and I take out a minus 4. I get x plus 8. So my answer is x plus 8, x minus 4, and it equals 0. So x would equal negative 8, and x equals 4. So those are my two answers for this problem. Now you can try some.